the story that I want to share. So I was married and happily married and whatever, but life was so busy. I had kids, I was coaching varsity volleyball, I was working full time in my own business. Uh, Things were crazy. Things were so busy, and I'm running kids to different places, and so everything was crazy. Everything was busy. And my husband, who I adored, passed away several years ago, but he was a great, great guy. And anyway, at that point in time, I was like, honey, I'm exhausted. Like, you gotta help me with something, because he was the take the trash out, mow the lawn kind of guy, right? And the kind of guy, actually, that every once in a while I say, can you please do the dishes? He's like, what? I do the dishes. Well, doing the dishes to him meant emptying the dishwasher once a month. So if you know that kind of man, give a great hallelujah or something. Anyway, I said, baby, you got to do something. I am overwhelmed. I'm overworked. I'm exhausted. Things aren't good. Like, you got to do something. He said, well, just tell me, like what? Like what? And I said, well, the two hardest things for me, and tell me if these are the hardest things for you. But at the time, the two hardest things for me were dinner every night, because those darn kids, they want to eat every day. And so making dinner, figuring out dinner every night, that was hard for me. Took a lot out of me. And then the other thing was laundry, because no matter what, the laundry just keeps piling up. And even though you feel like you can get on top of it, I don't know, I never got on top of it. And so I said, one of those two, just pick one. And he said, okay, I'll do the laundry. I went, great, because then I'm not going to have to worry about it. Well, so he said he'd do it, right? So a week went by, and he didn't do the laundry. So I went to Victoria's Secret and got some more underwear. And then another week, and again, another trip to the mall. And pretty soon my underwear drawer was overflowing. Finally, he started doing the laundry. Well, the very first thing he did, which all of his men friends thought that this was the most genius thing, but he took every pair of sock in the house and he threw it away. Every single pair. And then he bought 12 packages with 12 pairs of socks in each package, of all the same sock, all white athletic socks. And so he didn't have to match socks, of course, but I have sons, and the heel of the sock would be in the back of my calf. The socks didn't really work for me, but him doing the laundry really worked for me, so I didn't say anything. So then he just had a basket of socks. He didn't have to match them. Everybody thought, all the men thought that was genius. Well, so then, as time went by, those white socks turned into pink socks, and a couple other things turned into pink things. And I thought, well, I don't care. He's got to learn how to do the laundry. He said he's going to do it. I'm going to hold him to it, because I don't have time. And so then he decided the smartest thing he could do was teach our kids how to do the laundry. So he taught our kids how to do the laundry. And so he didn't even have to do the laundry. Then he's just doing the laundry for me and him. He got out of it so easily. And I thought, man, what can I do with dinner? What can I do with some of the other things that are overwhelming to me? But I don't know. I'd be interested to know if you think the sock thing is genius, or teaching the kids is genius. I don't know, whatever it is. I was grateful for the help. I don't remember how long it lasted. Not that long, really, because pretty soon the kids took over the laundry. So anyway, I just want to share the story, because I loved him to death. You know, it's not a matter of love. You know, sometimes you can argue about things like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed and there's so much work and you got to do something, you know, whatever, get off the couch and help, or whatever it happens to be. None of that really has anything to do with love, but we mix it up. We somehow think it does have something to do with love, but you love the person, not the action. Like, I think about like before you're married, you have butterflies in your stomach, right? You can't wait to walk down the aisle, run down the aisle and say, I do. And you're so excited to be with that person. And then you go on this great honeymoon and you come home, and everything's wonderful. And you're so happy you're finally married. And after all the planning, all the everything, here you are, you're together forever. And then he leaves his dirty underwear on the bedroom floor. And you think, who is this Neanderthal that I married? and you're so upset by it, and you're wondering, you're questioning every choice you've ever made. Do I really love him? How can I love a guy who does this? Was I supposed to marry him? Was the timing right? Was anything right? Is anything about my life right? Just because he left his dirty underwear on the bedroom floor. Well, let me tell you, he is not dirty underwear guy. He is the man that you married. He is still the man you said I do to. He is still the man you love. He's still the man that gave you butterflies. He's still that guy. We aren't the things we do. Those are things we do. And you know, sometimes we come from different backgrounds, obviously, always come from different backgrounds, right? And in one person's house, it might be a big deal to never locked the bathroom door. Like that happened with my husband. There were 8 kids in the family, and they weren't allowed to lock the bathroom door because the little one sometimes got locked in there. Well, my husband didn't lock the door at my house one time, and my mom walked in on him. Like it was this big moment that we ended up joking about for a long time. But that was like one of the rules in their house, you know, or people have different rules. Like I like dishes put right into the dishwasher. As soon as they're used, just put them right into the dishwasher. Don't put them into the sink. Well, my husband didn't grow up that way, didn't know that, and so he just always wanted to put the dishes in the sink. So there's things that you're used to, things that he's used to, things that she's used to, that you think should be normal for everybody, and they're just not. And those are the things that are the easiest things to work through. Those are the things that shouldn't become some gigantic argument. Those are the things that should never make you question, do I really love this guy, or don't I really love this guy? Like, what's my story really? Because again, he's not dirty underwear guy. He's the guy you love. He's the guy that you fell in love with, and the guy that you want to spend the rest of your life with. The dirty underwear thing, man, you can work that out. You can talk to him about, hey, you know, I really don't like it when you do this. We got a hamper 5 feet away. If you could make it 5 more feet and put it in the hamper, I sure would appreciate it. And not accusing him of being a Neanderthal, but just talking to him and saying, this is what I'd like. You know, this is how I like to keep house, or this is what I'd like to see, and talk it out. And chances are he'll eventually learn to put his dirty underwear in the hamper instead of on the floor. But you work through those things. You don't have to fight through those things. You work through them. But keep in mind, we're not the sum total of the things we do. Like, you know, you can have a friend who maybe says something weird one day or does something that you're like, yeah, I'd never do that. Well, do you throw away the friendship because of one thing that somebody's done? Probably not, you know, unless it's extreme, I guess, but I'm thinking probably not. We need to learn to separate the person from the action and realize our love goes to the person. We can like or dislike the action all we want, but we love the person. And that's where our love needs to be directed, is right to the person. So anyway, I just wanted to come out and share that story because, I don't know, maybe some of you out there are at your wit's end and you're like, my husband doesn't do anything. And I get that. I understand that. I feel your pain. And unfortunately, a lot of times they think they are doing stuff. So figure out a way to talk about it and work it out, and it'll all be okay. Figure out what's really important, the important things to really have a harder discussion over, and the things that really don't matter in life. Because in the end, you know, I lost my husband. It's been a lot of years now, and man, if I could take back every time that we had some stupid argument and instead just had a conversation with him, I'd do it in a heartbeat. So value your time together, fall in love, be in love. You know, the butterflies don't have to go away. They only go away if you let them. But look at your person differently. Maybe today you look at them differently. You have different eyes for them. And instead of the things that have been bugging you and maybe are pent up in you, and so you look at them a certain way because you're like, geez, buddy, you're disappointing me time and time again, or, you know, it makes me mad when you do this and this and this. Instead, look at him like you used to. Look at him like the man that you married. You know, remember him as being a man, being a human being. Remember her as being a woman, as being the human that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And just look with different eyes, and you'll be surprised what you see. and you'll be surprised how a relationship can change just like that. So anyway, have a great day, and I hope your relationship's great. I hope everything's wonderful. And I don't really know how to turn off the live video. Um, so people are saying a couple things. Thanks for joining. People that are here, thanks for joining me. I think I'll come on from time to time and just kind of share stuff. I did this thing. For those of you who don't know me, I did this thing after my husband died. I questioned the real meaning of love. Like, I think if you put 12 people in a room, you get 12 different answers to what is love. And so I did this thing where I dedicated a full year to figuring out the true meaning of love. And if you don't know me, you don't know that when I go out for dinner, I have a hard time committing to an entree. So to commit a year to something was a really big deal for me, but I did it. I did it, and the things that I found out about love blew my mind. And so many things that we're taught about love that are not love at all, that we're taught wrong about love. And really, love is who you are. You know, it's not a feeling, not an emotion. I'll get into that someday, but love is who you are, and how you walk it, talk it, live it, give it is completely up to you. And the more you can give love without an expectation of getting something back, because love's not a transaction. You know, as soon as it becomes a transaction, it's no longer love. And so the more you can just love, because that's what love does, the happier you're going to be, I promise you. So anyway, I hope I see you again in here, and I'd love to know what you thought, and I'll be back.